gentlemen, Joshua here from the Garden. Going back to a new Simpsons review. And if you already seen the last one, go and check it out. And this is another good episode. So the episode starts with this kind of presentation, pretty much, of movie for a rained out ball game. And this Muppets kind of knockoff thing with Troy McClure, pretty much, with Piggy. And this is supposed to be Kermit. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty much knocking off the Muppets. And Kermit and Troy McClure pretty much fighting, and Bart wondering what a Muppet says, and he's like, well, it's not a Muppet. It's not a puppet. He's not sure what it is exactly. And then, of course, Homer's saying that Troy McClure sucks and stinks and all this stuff, and Marge is wondering what he's up to now. Which he's pretty much speeding and crashing into cars and stuff, and of course he gets pulled over, and the chief of police gets hit in the face, and obviously Troy McClure, saying of You May Remember Me from the shows that obviously he mentions. And obviously the chief of police is needing Troy McClure to pretty much wear glasses. Which, yeah, pretty much says to go and get his eye checks, and he'll tear out the ticket, and pretty much needing to, the chief of police is saying, but you would need to bribe me. So, yeah, he goes, and of course, Grandpa Simpson saying, hey Marge, to Selma and Patty. Obviously, failing, of course, being Grandpa Simpson, and everybody all shocked about Troy McClure. And yeah, Selma sees Troy McClure. She's like, the Troy McClure. And yeah, to McClure, he sees this, and of course, well, that's because of the glasses, but when he takes them off, he obviously just sees Selma as herself. And of course, Patty obviously, jealous, and she's wondering if he can read these, which, yeah, he's not able to read them. Which Troy McClure pretty much tells Selma that he wants to take her out on a date. And yeah, she's pretty much approved on all of his test, pretty much. And he's saying that he's on the wall somewhere, and obviously he's as a doggy door. And of course, they have a good chat, and they pretty much get caught by some cameras, and yeah, get on the papers. And of course, Lenny and Homer and his friends pretty much just talking about Selma. Well, Lenny mentioning Selma and with Troy McClure, and obviously Homer does not believe it. And yeah, we see Troy McClure at his pretty much, I guess, house, apartment, I don't know what exactly to say. And of course he gets a call from his manager or lawyer, pretty much. And yeah, he says that he sees the paper, and he's seen the paper, and pretty much he calls Selma to take her out on a date again. And yeah, pretty much his manager tells him that he wants them to see more of Selma and Troy McClure together. So they pretty much do so. But yeah, there's going to be a kind of regret, kind of soon. And Selma, obviously, and Troy McClure, obviously, having another chat. But when Selma starts smoking, obviously, she gets caught and in trouble. She obviously leaves, and she thinks that she's a monster. But no, Troy McClure also does it as well. And of course, Marge is obviously telling Marge and Patty everything about him, Troy McClure, and obviously Patty's all jealous like. And of course, Selma obviously not believing her sister and saying that he's taking her out again tonight to see one of his films. And of course, they smoke and they use some of his cigarettes, which he says that is so great in her mouth. And obviously, he's quoting some of his lines on this projection, and so is the wedding ring. And yeah, they are getting married. Which, of course, the news program talking about it too. And this football thing, which is funny. And this girl pretty much made fun of something with Troy McClure. And yeah, they're pretty much at their new modern house and moving in. And yeah, Selma's it's all modern. Which yeah, it does seem all modern. And of course, he tells Selma that this is where she's going to be staying while he sleeps somewhere else. And obviously, he's getting chosen to be asked to be the human in the Planet of the Apes. Which yeah, they pretty much see and do this musical kind of thing, and Homer and Bart really appreciated with it. And yeah, he's pretty much doing a good hit. Everybody clapping and pretty much saying that he couldn't have done it without Selma, which, yes, he takes a bow, and they're all having a swim at his pool, and Selma obviously saying to Marge, telling her remember when they were kids, and about what their future husbands would look like, and Selma saying that hers was right, and not obviously Marge, and obviously Troy McClure and Homer at Moe's getting drunk as usual, and he pretty much Troy McClure pretty much lets in a little secret to Homer, which yeah, pretty much saying that this whole marriage is pretty much a sham. Just so he can get pretty much more popular. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't really love Selma. He's just doing it so he can get more popularity. Which, obviously, they're at the wedding. They get pronounced man and wife, and obviously Homer's having his thinking process, but doesn't say anything. They get married, and they drive away, and yeah, Homer obviously eating some of those little people in the cake, and pretty much tells Marge about the whole thing with Troy McClure, saying that he's only doing it of the truth, pretty much. The whole truth about Troy McClure doing with Selma. And obviously, Marge is all worried about this after she finds out. Which we see them at the hotel. And obviously, yeah, Troy McClure is now going to be starred in a McBain movie. And, of course, Selma tells him to come into the bed with her, which, yeah, obviously he's happy to be chosen for the McBain movie, and the guy with him pretty much wants him to keep this whole charade up. And Marge and Patty are trying to tell Selma about this whole thing, which she thinks that they're just trying to mess with her, which, yeah, she tries to tell her, but she doesn't believe her. So, or it seems like she doesn't believe her until she comes to Troy McClure and pretty much saying if this whole thing is a fake. Pretty much marrying her just so he can get all this popularity and stuff. And obviously, him seeming like it is, but yeah, she actually she still goes along with this whole thing. And now Troy McClure is gonna have need Selma to have them a baby in order for it to be starred in this movie. And obviously, yeah, him telling Selma, which she said that it must be her last chance, and obviously they have some cigarettes, and they try to make out what it seems, but he drinks both of her wines, and saying that this whole baby process ain't working faster. And yeah, Selma's saying that you can't rush, the baby process can't rush, as he's trying to put it. And yeah, him like, then we'll just go for adoption. And then she's like, if this is all exactly what it seems, then yeah, she pretty much tells Troy McClure bye. Well, she just walks into the sunset with her chameleon. Or I guess more in the moonlight, not sunlight, but the moonlight in the distance. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. If you like, subscribe to my channel, which one is getting streamed on something new, and let me know what you think. And catch you on next one. Bye.